was with. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Baller-To-Bogey blog. I'm back here with you again, and I have with me Justin Call to give everybody a little bit of feedback about Justin Call or a little back information. All ODAC team, first team 2 years. 1 year he was second team, Division III National Player of the Year, first team All Academic All-American, Old Dominion Athletic Conference Scholar of the Year, Virginia Sports Information Director, State Player of the Year, National Association of Basketball Coaches, All-American First Team. If you're tired of me reading, I'm just still getting started on it. The South Region Player of the Year, and the winner of the Kurt Axe Memorial ODAC Player of the Year Award. And again, like I said, he was the first two-time academic All-American in college basketball history. So Justin, welcome. Thank you for being here with us. And I hope I did your introduction some justice, because you definitely have the accolades, that's for sure.
Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate you having me. You know, with all that said, I always have to say that I was blessed to be at Emory Henry with a great coach and great people and my teammates. You know, we were very close, and those guys, you know, those accolades that you put out there are not possible without those guys, because you know, it was basketball's a team game, it's a team effort, and our teammates brought into our roles that we had to do to be successful. And so, you know, without them, those accolades are definitely not there. So just I always have to say that, and I do appreciate my time at Emory and Henry for sure.
So you didn't start out at Emory. You actually started your collegiate career at NC State, correct?
Well, actually, I took a little bit of a tour. Right out of high school, I went to Queens University in Charlotte,
Okay.
Division II school, and went there for a semester. I enjoyed the basketball part, not so much the school part, and went to NC State for basically a year and a semester. So the end of that first year, I went there, and then another year, and just missed basketball, and got in touch with Coach Johnson, and went on a visit at Emory and Henry, and it was just perfect fit. Fell in love with it, and from there, just enjoyed my time there.
Okay, excellent. So I did not know that. That was something I recently just learned, that you had actually, you transferred in, going right in there. So with our blog, you know, it's talking about the basketball accolades, but when did you actually start playing golf?
I started probably around 8 or 9. My uncle, I actually had 2 uncles that were into golf, and one of my uncles just cut off some clubs for me when I was, I guess, probably 7 or 8, and just playing around in the yard, hitting balls whenever they were going. And then they started taking me to just the little country courses around here, and I'd tag along and hit as I could. So, you know, I started pretty early. I just loved anything that had to do with sports when I was small. So just the chance to get to go to a golf course and hit balls or play, I was always all in. So, but I did start pretty young, but I guess I really started playing, you know, just kind of during summers, during high school, with my friends. I'd still go with my uncle some, but my friends, you know, we had a group that would play quite a bit during the summers. And then, you know, when I was at Emory and Henry, just getting out on the course there at the college as much as I could.
You actually took the next question right out of my mouth. I was going to ask if you ever played the course at Emory.
Yeah, we would try and do that all the time. My roommate Chris Lawrence, that, you know, also played at Emory and Henry, and we would jump out there as much as we could in between in between classes or whatever, because you go out there and just get a few holes in sometimes. So,
Yeah. How many holes were on the golf course there at the time that you were there?
at that time, there was nine full holes. Sometimes one or two might be shut down for some reason, but then when they started the construction of the dorms, I think they took out maybe three. So, but a lot of times we would just play that first, the ones not going up the hill. So we would usually play about five and then
Okay.
come in. So.
Okay. So with having so many years in golf, have you established an official handicap yet?
I have not. I would say I'm somewhere around 12, 14, but I have not ever established a true handicap.
Okay. So what do you carry in your bag? What clubs? What do you have from driver to wedges?
Okay. Well, I am. I get made fun of a lot by my friends because my golf technology is not technology at all. But I have my irons or KZGs that are probably 8 to 10 years old. I hit a TaylorMade burner 420 driver, but I've tried some new stuff and I still hit that as good as that. So I'm until it just dies, I guess I'm going to keep using that. And then I have some Cleveland wedges. My Sam wedge and gap wedge are Cleveland, and then my putter is just a classic Ping Answer 2. So nothing too fancy in the bag, but one thing that I do plan to do, I've with the pandemic, I've actually played more golf these last few months than I have in the past, and so I'm looking to improve my equipment a little bit. And my oldest daughter, she's kind of got the golf bug a little bit, so we just got her some clubs, and I plan to improve my stuff. I'm gonna visit my buddy Barry Bird, who owns a golf shop here in Jonesville, and probably improve my equipment here real soon.
Okay, sounds good. So is there a particular golfer on the PGA Tour that you follow?
Not necessarily just follow. I enjoy just watching and seeing how good they all are. I guess when I was young, I always enjoyed watching Sergio Garcia. He was young and coming on the tour when I was really paying attention to golf, and I always liked to watch him play. I mean, obviously Tiger Woods is again coming up during that same time, and he was dominating the game. But I just think it's interesting how the game right now is changing with the length that these guys are hitting it, and with DeChambeau and what he's doing. I mean, I just think it's interesting to see how the game's going right now.
A drive that was 423 yards a couple.
Yeah, absolutely. That's just can't imagine it. So
They're talking about driving the green.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that we're talking about his wedge game. I'm just not. I'm not sure around here. I don't even think he'd need his wedge.
That is true. So, what would you say is the most difficult course that you have had the opportunity to play?
A lot of them, are difficult to me. I think about some of my favorite ones. I like challenge. One of my favorite courses that I don't get to play much, but Rowan Gap, right at the top of the mountain on 21, going towards Sparta, is one of the favorites that got to play, and it's a tough course, but I love playing there. I actually played there on my wedding day, kind of as a wedding gift from my uncle that I talked about that kind of got me in the game. And then, you know, I've played the Champions course at Tanglewood. You know, that's obviously a tough track. Bryan Park, I noticed that you played there recently.
Yeah, loved it.
Went down to the coaches clinic. We would play that about every year, and I enjoyed that course. But again, it's a tough course as well. So thinking about, you know, in Virginia, Draper Valley off of 81 there near Pulaski is a tough course, a long course, but one that I've enjoyed playing.
Okay, excellent. So the last question, and I'll go ahead and show everybody with a quick screen share, is there. It is hole number 11 at Mount Mitchell. Don't know if you've ever played this course or not, the Mount Mitchell golf course. It is a 145-yard par 3. As you see, that's the tee box right there in front, and then in the distance where the golf carts are, that's the green. So Justin, if you were at the tee box at this hole, what club are you using and why?
I would probably be, I'd lean more towards a 9-iron. I would be thinking wedge or 9-iron. Wedge because it looks like it's downhill pretty good, and you know, being in the mountains, the elevation. But you know, I would probably choose 9-iron just because that would be, I wouldn't have to swing out my shoes to get it there. Just a nice solid 9-iron, and it kind of looks like the pin may be in the back, so try and get it back there. So that would be my thought process on the 9-iron.
Okay, excellent. Well, Mr. Call, thank you for taking the time to speak with us a little bit about your golf experience and the transition from being a full-time, I guess you could say, collegiate basketball player into now you're currently coaching baseball, correct?
Yes, I am. Loving coaching baseball, and you know, I love all sports, but you know, I enjoy getting outside and working on the field, coaching baseball, and you know, golf also allows me to get outside and compete and you know, challenge yourself. Golf's one of those games where you know, it's all about that challenge with every shot. Mentally, you know, it's a tough game. So, but I enjoy it, and I appreciate you having me on here today. And I know that you're into the game now, and hopefully we can get together and maybe play soon somewhere. So I appreciate your time.
No problem. I was looking at the golf panel list of the top 50 courses, and I had just realized that there are only 3 courses west of Winston-Salem, you know, Tanglewood, and that is Mount Mitchell, the Boone Golf Course, and Mimosa Hills. Like, there are no other courses in the top 50, and one of the courses that I planned on playing in the future was Old Boone, up there in the area. But yeah, I think we can definitely make that happen. And believe it or not, I've only played the Emory golf course one time in my entire life. You know, I wasn't interested in golf when I was actually on campus. So what I did one morning when I came back for homecoming, I just took my clubs out there and I played the holes pretty quick, and then I changed clothes and I went to the tailgate field and started to enjoy the homecoming festivities.
Well, maybe we can catch up. And I will say, one of the other courses that I really enjoyed playing while I was at Emory and Henry was Glen Roque, which is there in Abingdon. I think it's a really good course and enjoy playing that. So maybe we can play there as we catch up at some point.
Well, all we got to do is wait for COVID to pass over and everybody can go back to an almost semi-normal life, and all these things will start happening.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Everybody, thanks for joining us. And until next time, please continue to look at the blog. And if you have any feedback, please leave it in the guest book. And looking forward to hearing from you guys. Have a good